and welcome to For the Love of Nature. This is Laura.
And this is Katy, and today we're going to be talking about our Season 2. We told you guys we would bring you a business episode that we also promised would not be boring. And so this is our best attempt at talking business without it being boring. And I promise it won't be boring. We just really want to give you an idea of what's going to be coming for Season 2 because we have a lot of really fun stuff that's coming up.
Yeah, it's more of a hype episode.
That's a great way to put it. A hype episode. But it is. So we already talked in the last episode. If you haven't listened to the last one, and again, this wasn't, we're not doing them back to back because we're in a break. And then we're going to be launching, what is it, June?
First week of June, I believe.
Yeah, it's the first week of June. So let's see here. June the 1st, because we're moving. So that's something I don't think we talked about yet. We're moving our days from Thursday. We normally launch episodes. We're bumping it back to Tuesday.
Give everybody a little more time during the week to listen to it.
Yeah, and I mean, you should listen to analytics because that's what they're there for. And so we have, and there's definitely a spike. It's almost like people you listen to it Thursday, people who are, I guess, really like us listen to it on Thursday, and then it typically just drops off, and then it's slower, but, so we're just going to bump it back. The
analytics have spoken.
Yeah, the analytics. That's a t-shirt that we need to get. The analytics have spoken.
That'd be such a boring t-shirt.
And super plain, Times New Roman font.
Yeah.
Just a black and
white.
white.
The analytics have spoken.
Just a black and white shirt. So we're going to start launching on Tuesday. And I think, too, that will give us more time during the week to kind of talk about it and hype. Some other stuff we're going to be doing. We're going to redo the artwork a little bit. And we say that we know what's coming, but we don't.
Don't be alarmed. We're keeping our axolotl.
Heck yes.
It's who we are. It's just he's going to get a makeover.
Yeah.
Or she.
What is it? Glow up? Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Glow up? I think that's what the kids are saying these days.
I was just gonna, don't ask me. I'm the least trendy person.
Well, that's Chewy. This is totally off topic, but Chuggy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's
Chewy is a pet site.
Yeah, no. Chuggy is a made up word. Because you know how, so Laura and I are both millennials. Say what you want. But
the best generation.
Yeah, I would like to think so. Even though we get crapped on a lot. And so this is Gen Z making up a word. And so it's very chuggy to post about wearing Ugg boots or adult pictures at Disney World. You as an adult posting pictures of you going to Disney World, which I love Disney World. I don't know what the word means. If somebody knows what the word chuggy means.
What? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't, a judgmental thing.
Okay. Well, I'm judging you for using that word because it doesn't make it's nonsensical.
Doesn't make any sense. If somebody could please explain chuggy. I've seen 3 or 4 videos on it, and I hear younger folks talking about it.
Those whippersnappers.
Right. I just have I don't know what it means. But
I can totally get on board with some things. I say tea all the time now, for gossip. That makes sense. You talk over tea, spill the tea, makes sense. Or hundo pee. That's just short for 100%. I'm on board with that one. But chuggy? What is it?
I don't know what it means. I honestly can't tell you.
That's not a word.
It's not. I can't tell you. And I will never give up my side part. We have been there in the 90s, and I've seen 3 or 4 kids recently with bell bottoms on. Bell bottoms, Laura. Why?
Well, I'll forever. I'm a fan of. I've never been a fan of skinny jeans. I've always been a boot cut person myself. But so it's somewhere in between bell bottoms and skinny jeans. But the side part thing or the middle part, I think only looks good if you've got straight hair.
I would have to agree. I have curly hair and it looks horrible.
Otherwise, I look like I have 2 lumps, like the Queen of Hearts look going on.
Yes. So if we have any Gen Z listeners, if you could please reach out to us and help us understand your generation. That'd be so helpful. And tell us what chuggy means. All right, back on track.
Thankfully, I have a younger cousin who she keeps me up in the lingo.
Can you
she just
ask
finished
her
her
what
first year of college.
Can you ask her
Totally.
what chuggy means? Okay, thank you.
She'll probably explain it and it still won't make sense. But
Right? So, Glow Up, our axolotl's we're going to do a little makeover. And Kim, our manager, she's working on that, figuring out, it's not that we don't like what we currently have. It's just, season 1, and we want something that's going to, I don't know, serve out the longevity of what we hope this show will be.
be a little more recognizable as like us, our brand.
Yeah. So we're going to look at some stuff there. We do have all 12 episodes planned now. And
I'm stoked about a lot of them.
I'm so excited. So excited.
We decided that, we've been listening to what you guys have been telling us as far as feedback of, some of our listeners have said, go more into science. All right, you got it. So some of our episodes are going to be deep science. And then a lot of people also really like our ridiculous episodes, and we're going to give you that too.
Yeah,
so.
We promise you we will bring you ridiculous episodes. I just got done writing my script for one of the ridiculous episodes last night.
Nice.
I
got so excited making one of my lists.
Yeah.
And sharing it with Kim.
It's going to be fun, guys. I will say the content for season 2, I thought we had pretty strong, topic ideas for season 1. Season 2, I would say it's more diverse. And
maybe more deliberate. It feels less but I think season 1 was us taking a shotgun of ideas and firing it.
To see what works.
This is more okay.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really good. And one of the biggest things, I think, but before we go on, if you guys, even though we have the 12 picked out, things are always changed.
You're right. We actually only have 11 picked out.
Oh, true. That's right. Yes.
Because we want you guys to tell us what you want.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So we always need ideas, but we are looking for an 11th episode. It's going to be kind of like a, fan favorite? You guys pick.
Yeah.
You guys pick what you want us to hear.
Submit your ideas. We'll choose one, and we will talk about what you guys want us to talk about.
And we'll even give you a shout out. And we'll talk to you. If you reach out to us, we'll talk hey, do you care if we, give your name? If you say, no, I don't want you to use my name, that's fine. But if you want your, name blasted out on the podcast, we totally want to do that. So yeah, definitely send us your ideas of what you would like to listen to. Or listen to us talk about.
Yes.
All the Latin names you can possibly think of. But what I was going to say is I think one of the most exciting parts of season 2 is we're going to start to bring guests on.
Yes.
We're lining up people that we're going to be talking to, experts in the field, to help Laura and I. That way, we can talk to you all day, and we love doing these episodes. We're still going to have a lot of episodes where it is just Laura and I. And we're going to be we're going to bring Kim on. Kim, our manager, she's going to make an appearance for one of the episodes. And then
our illustrator Josh should be coming on.
So we're going to be bringing on some.
If he doesn't know that yet, Josh, you're coming on.
Yeah, just FYI. And then we're also but biologists. We're going to be bringing in experts in their field to talk about whatever our various episodes. I don't want to give any of the topics away, but we're going to have a pretty cool lineup. And so we're super excited for guests to come on.
Definitely guests. And just, we've had a lot of interaction with other nature podcasts this past few months. And I think that it'll be fun to also start reaching out to each other and doing stuff with them too.
Yep. So guests, which is going to be exciting. All right. What else we got here?
Looks like we also are going to have merch. So I hope you guys are ready
to buy all of the random animal merchandise. So we have some ideas of the basic things that we want to be selling, but we, again, need ideas for that. So you
Well,
guys,
because we only think we know what you want, but we don't actually know what you want.
Yeah, we know the typical stuff you should have,
or we know what we want.
Yeah, we definitely know what we want, the random bizarre things we want. But let us know, what were there funny one-liners, were there funny things that you guys want on a shirt? Were there topics? Was there Josh's artwork? Like, let us know kind of what you guys are like, hey, you know what? I would think it would be really funny if you put this on our shirt. Or I would love to have this. Like, I know one of them, I haven't been able to find a place that makes glow in the dark screen print shirts, Laura, but I know one of the episodes
we talked about that.
The dark taxa and having all the mushrooms on it.
Yes. So that would be such a good one. Or just things besides, like, is it apparel that you want, or is it some other items? Would
mugs
it be like
for tea?
Yeah,
mugs for your tea. whatever you want. Definitely let us know. And we did score a website. It's not up yet because we're working on it, but we did score a URL. So everybody grab a pen and a piece of paper and
We'll give you a moment.
So you can write it down. But it's going to be thenaturepodcast.com.
So please, you actually don't need a pencil and paper. All you need to know is that it's the Nature Podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty easy to remember.
Very easy to remember, thank goodness. So thenaturepodcast.com, and on there we're going to be linking like merchandise and everything, but that's going to take a little bit longer. Just because, it's setting up a website, and that does take some time.
We want to make it that there be lots of cool stuff on there besides like merch and things like that.
Yeah. So, but what we're gonna launch all the merchandise on first is gonna be a Patreon page. So we want to build a bigger community that we can go more in depth with you guys, because like Instagram, Facebook, like all that stuff, like Twitter, it's fun, but it's not I don't know, you just don't get quite as much community engagement that way.
Yeah, unless you've got like a really solid Facebook group, but unfortunately we're not there yet.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's just not like a one-on-one, like almost like, so I actually talk to a lot of people that I follow their streams on like Twitch and stuff like that. And you meet some really awesome people in those types of communities, and so that's kind of what we want to start building. And so we're going to add a Patreon page, because we do.
I think we should explain Patreon. I'd never even heard of Patreon before, so like I think you need to tell some people.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I had never heard of Patreon before.
So Patreon,
I know we've got some listeners.
Shocked.
I know we have listeners for certain that do not know what Patreon is.
Maybe, do we have any boomer listeners? I feel like they would have to be the ones that wouldn't know. Okay. All right. So for the boomers, you don't have to identify yourselves. You know who you are.
We love you, and please keep listening.
Yes. Because I do know we have some, because I have some family that listen.
Right.
So Patreon. All right. It's a site where you can go on, and it's a community. There's going to be free access, but then there's also going to be stuff, a way for everybody to support us and financially. And so there's a fee that comes from, the podcast hosting platforms, the website. There's fees for stuff. And so, right now we're paying for it out of pocket because we really enjoy this, but it's an opportunity for you guys to help so that we can grow and bring you more content.
Yes.
So it's set up at a monthly subscription of different dollar amounts, which it's going to be cheap. Don't worry.
Because we don't want to restrict access for most of you.
Goodness,
we're just thinking,
absolutely not.
We'll give you a little something extra.
Yep. Extra content, extra videos. Like I said, we'll probably do some live episode kind of things, some Q&A. So that's kind of like the Patreon, is we were going to build that community, and that's where we're going to have a good bit of
I kind of picture it like VIP access.
Yes.
You can see it for free, but there's also the VIP.
Yeah. And it's just a fun place, and it really does. It's going to help us just bring more stuff to you guys. Like I said, more guests. I mean, eventually we're going to get to the point where some bigger name guests that we would like to have on, there is a fee for them to come on the show. But
right, just like if we were going to, book them for a lecture.
Exactly. And we want to be able to bring that to you guys and talk and have your questions answered and things like that. And so that is an opportunity to help us out with that kind of stuff so that we can just bring more content to you guys, make more videos, do more stuff, just bring more. But again, like Laura said, we don't want to paywall anybody out. So if you're able to support us, that would be absolutely fantastic. Again, it's going to be insanely small amounts.
Right.
You could always give if somebody out there wants to be a huge donor and like feed Laura. It'll be like feed Laura and Katy for a month program. Cue Sarah McLachlan music. But if we do want a big donor out there, that'd be fantastic. But most of them are going to be, small monthly payments.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be sort of, like a Netflix subscription or even like a YouTube subscription.
Yeah,
like minimal. Yeah,
and I don't know if you guys have listened much in the news, but I don't know if you guys saw that like Apple Podcast, you are able to put all of your content behind a paywall now, and you would have to subscribe completely. And we don't want to do that. Like we are not going to do that. We want, this is information that we want to share with you guys. And I mean, that's the whole point of this is sharing what we know and our passion. I was just going to say,
literally we ended the last one with, and guys, we're really here to change the world. And right, how can we do that if
it's behind a if it's behind a paywall? We want you guys to be more excited about nature than what you were yesterday, the day before you listened and stuff.
Yes.
And so to do that, we're never going to put all of our stuff behind a paywall unless we're absolutely forced, and then we'll find some free way to do it. But
Black Market Podcast,
Black Market for the Love of Nature podcast. But a Patreon page, it helps us to be able to bring, like I said, more guests, more content, build that community, kind of like a VIP section, so we can get a little bit more in-depth feedback. Because some people are coming to me and telling me ideas. Some people are going to Laura. Some people are going to Kim. And so we're finding like we have a lot of streams of people coming to us in a variety of situations. And we would love to get all of you guys together because you're all like the same people. Like,
you have
this
all the same also an opportunity for all of you to network, man. Like, you've all got very similar interests because you're listening to us. Therefore, you at least have nature in common.
Yeah.
And, especially if we're going to have like professionals that we're involved with, a lot of our Twitter people are professionals in their field. Mm-hmm. If you want to get in the field, join our Patreon and, start networking, join our social media.
Yep.
Networking, everybody, it's cliche to say, like, network, it totally is the truth.
Yeah, because we do have, like, the nature novices of our show that, have a 9 to 5, or whatever, but there are also a lot of people... there are younger people because we can kind of get some general demographic info from listeners, but not as much as I would like. But
between them and then some people might just, who knows? Maybe someone will listen to us and think, I need a career change. Or something like that.
Or I'm looking for somebody to go hiking with on the weekends. Or I just really want to talk.
Citizen science stuff.
Yeah. Talk to somebody about butterflies, whatever.
Yes.
There's all kinds of stuff. And so that's the community that we want to bring.
I want so much. I want a nature nerd group
to
where
talk
we're all
to,
nerding out over crazy stuff. Like I just recently joined the Moss Appreciation Society, which is amazing, by the way. So I want a nerd nature group like that.
That is to the next level of moss.
I know.
Moss. So far.
Serious serotonin, though. Like, when you look at those pictures of moss, it's
so comforting. So, so Patreon. So, we're excited. Like I said, if you can help, that would be awesome. If not, we're not going to put ourselves behind a paywall for our normal content and stuff. This will just be some fun extra stuff. So, all right. Short episode. Laura, did you have anything else?
I don't think so, other than, like, thanks again so much for listening to us. If you haven't listened to our season 1, go back and then get ready for season 2, everybody, because it's coming right around the corner.
Yeah, June 1. And make sure you guys are telling everybody, because that's really the most help you can give us is just telling people about us. Because again, I think we talked about in the last, season 1 look back is that podcasts, generally what we do, it's not going to, get popular on social media alone. It's going to be word of mouth. So the more you can tell people about, hey, I just listened to this really funny podcast. They talked about bizarre animal sex or nature research. Like,
I've immediately thought of our sex episode as well.
Great minds think alike. So if you could just tell people about us, that in itself would be a huge, huge, huge help, and just help spread the word. I mean, our numbers are getting higher and higher, and so we want them to keep soaring. And we'll share some of our analytics once we launch season 2, because I think there might be some people out there to be surprised of how many listeners we have.
I think so too.
So we want to thank you guys. Please tell people about us. Please blow up all this podcast, and we will see you in a couple weeks or so for our season 2 launch.
Yep, get ready. It's coming.
Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.